Community action was founded with the belief that planting deep roots in the community you serve and an unwavering commitment to those who live there will yield good for everyone. After 50 years of commitment to the residents of Washington County, the tree community action planted has grown into a canopy, sending out branches in every direction to create and foster a network of programs and organizations to address poverty, creating national models for solutions and cutting-edge strategies. 51 years ago, President Lyndon Johnson declared a war on poverty. In 1965, 21 dedicated and forward-thinking individuals in Washington County heard the call and came together to generate local control and local focus to address poverty. They established Washington County Community Action. Its intention was to be flexible and scalable, to be responsive to the changing needs of the community. As those needs changed, community action would change with them. The establishment of the Board of Directors reflected a deep commitment to ensuring a range of representation and collaboration in the solutions for poverty, stating that it would be required to have equal parts elected officials, community leaders, and people who have experienced poverty or their representatives. There would always be the full range of stakeholders at Community Action's decision-making table. Initially, the biggest need of the organization was how to support the growing local population of farm workers and to give voice to the problems of the rural poor. Food co-ops were started to bring nutritious, low-cost bulk foods to rural communities. A bilingual newspaper called the Rural Tribune was delivered to every rural box holder to connect residents with information to assist and engage their families. Head Start was established with a focus on the rural areas, providing the opportunities needed to break cycles of generational poverty. The decade of the 1970s saw community action initiate programming under the vision of self-help that engaged those in poverty to develop and operate programs that would increase self-sufficiency. Crop cleaning was a program born of that idea, in which leftover food not going to market, harvested by those in poverty, could be used to feed those in poverty. The farmers themselves got tax credit as an incentive to support the program. With Community Action's innovation, crop cleaning spread across the country, creating an ecosystem to solve local problems with local solutions. During this time, they also created a wood cleaning co-op in the first Washington County Food Bank. By the mid-70s, Community Action turned its attention to the growing problem of homelessness and established the first shelter home in Washington County for families with children, and began providing utility assistance to help keep families safe and warm in their homes, often preventing them from becoming homeless. Poverty remained hidden, and advocacy became a hallmark of the organization's work to ensure that disadvantaged people had the opportunities needed to transition out of poverty. The 1980s gave rise to the feminization of poverty. During this period, there was a large increase in single women raising children on poverty wages without benefits, and senior women outliving their partners on low fixed incomes. And again, Community Action was there to help. Community Action stepped in to organize the country's first affordable housing development corporations and offer home weatherization services to bring down the rising costs of housing and energy. We offered employment and training programs, transportation for the elderly, and organized a women's resource center to provide needed support. By the 1990s, Washington County was rapidly growing, full of new industry. The community experienced a significant increase in the population of working but poor families, including two-parent households. Community Action responded by developing comprehensive services to address the individual barriers families had to gainful employment. They established emergency funds, mobile health clinics, prenatal outreach, parenting education, child care resource, child care referral service, and before and after school programs for kids. Community Action educated the community on the critical importance of creating family wage jobs and that we all have a stake in the solution. The 2000s in Washington County were defined by the Great Recession and an unprecedented loss of jobs. This created yet another new type of poor, the highly trained. In the county, as the economy collapsed, many highly trained workers in the technology sector lost jobs and all of their assets. But many didn't seek help until they were in absolute crisis, and their entry point for community action was during their biggest need. This inspired Community Action to significantly expand its emergency rent and energy assistance to help keep families in their homes and prevent a massive increase in homelessness. This period also saw Community Action collaborating closely with the private business sector on a policy level, working with decision makers to create solutions to poverty further upstream to prevent the crisis of poverty from occurring. With the support of the business community fully behind them, they expanded into Early Head Start, serving newborn babies and toddlers, ensuring the greatest opportunity for these children to succeed in school and life. Community Action is the safety net for Washington County. They are leaders in every Washington County anti-poverty initiative and have become a national leader in creating effective and innovative strategies that eliminate conditions of poverty and create opportunities for families and communities to thrive. They currently operate with 280 staff to be able to serve over 12,000 Washington County families annually, including nearly 1,000 Head Start families. They have won numerous local and national awards, but perhaps their biggest legacy is the other organizations they helped foster through collaboration and inspiration. Community Action has had tremendous reach and impact over its 50-year life. It has been a laboratory to create and test strategies, building on the most effective and relevant ones. As the needs of the community continue to change, Community Action is committed to be responsive and flexible to effectively address them. The face of Washington County would look differently without Community Action's commitment to stop generational poverty and create the opportunities needed by our community to ensure that every resident, in their time of greatest need, can get on a path to economic security. Community Action provides the help that makes it possible, and the hope that inspiring lasting change has done so for 50 years. 12-year-old Angel Gonzalez wrote a poem that beautifully captures the spirit of impact that drives our work. We were hungry, you fed us. We were cold, you gave us warmth. We were lonely, you gave us friendship. Many times you have been our hands, our eyes, and our feet. Today, let me give you my heart, my appreciation, and my gratitude. Thank you, members of Community Action, for being a light that gives us hope in our community.